Morgan, at this point it's impossible to ignore what so many viewers have been saying for years. Everything you present online feels orchestrated, curated, and exaggerated to the point where people no longer believe a word that comes out of your mouth. The pattern is disturbing. You vanish, then reappear with dramatic proclamations of illness, hardship, and emotional collapse, always timed in a way that feels less like real life and more like attention bait designed to drag sympathy out of your remaining followers. It looks manipulative because it is perceived as manipulative. Viewers aren't stupid, they've watched you spin vague emotional crises into content arcs, only to retreat the moment accountability enters the conversation. You can't keep leaning on the same trembling storyline of being too sick, too overwhelmed, or too fragile to communicate with your audience when the timing of it all miraculously aligns with moments you're being questioned, criticized, or asked to deliver on promises you made. It no longer reads as illness, it reads as deflection. That is why people believe you're faking, exaggerating, or weaponizing your struggles. They've watched the same cycle play out too many times to pretend it's coincidence. What makes it worse is how shamelessly you mobilize your sunbeams to protect you. You encourage them, directly or indirectly, to flood your Vlogmas comments with glowing, worship-style messages that feel almost cult-like in their disconnect from reality. Instead of addressing your own behavior, you let your fans run interference, defending you from perfectly valid criticism as if you're incapable of handling adult conversations. Viewers have noticed how you rely on these over-the-top "you're so brave" comments like emotional armor, as if praise can bury the long list of unanswered questions, unfulfilled orders, and abandoned commitments. The whole thing feels orchestrated and unhealthy. A kind of emotional puppeteering where your vulnerable followers are expected to build you up even when you've done nothing to earn it. And frankly, expecting people to shower you with attention, compliments, and validation during Vlogmas, after ghosting them for a year, is beyond tone-deaf. It comes across as entitled, manipulative, and desperate for applause instead of accountability. And then there is the elephant in the room, your treatment of Landon. The way you speak to him, dismiss him, correct him, and overshadow him in your content has not gone unnoticed. Viewers have watched you snap at him, talk over him, pressure him emotionally, and guilt-trip him whenever he doesn't immediately align with your emotional script. It is uncomfortable to watch because it feels suffocating. It looks controlling. It looks one-sided. It looks like he exists in your content purely to orbit you, support you, soothe you, and cater to your never-ending cycles of crisis and self-focus. Over time, he has appeared more withdrawn, less vibrant, less himself, and viewers have been alarmed at how his light seems to dim in your presence. Every moment becomes about you, your struggles, your emotions, your narrative. And any concern raised about him is instantly redirected back to your fragility. That dynamic has made people deeply uneasy, and your complete refusal to acknowledge it only highlights how self-centered your content has become. Your entire online presence now feels like a carefully crafted carousel of pour-me moments, designed to keep people emotionally hooked while you avoid accountability for your actions, your business failures, your empty promises, and your treatment of the people closest to you. You've built an ecosystem where sympathy is currency, where crisis trumps truth, where vague suffering gets you more engagement than honesty ever would. And because you've trained your audience to respond to your dramatics with unconditional support, anyone who questions you is instantly labeled a bully, a hater, or a bad person. But the truth is, people aren't angry because they want to hurt you. They're angry because they feel lied to, manipulated, and emotionally drained by your never-ending theatrics. You can blame Reddit all you want, but Reddit didn't invent this pattern, you broadcasted it. You scripted your life like a melodrama and expected everyone to clap on cue. But viewers have finally realized the applause they've been giving you is not for authenticity, it's for performance. And they're tired of being cast as the chorus in your never-ending emotional opera. They see the inconsistencies. They see the cycles. They see the manipulation. They see the way you treat the people around you. And they're not buying it anymore. If you want the praise you so desperately fish for, earn it. If you want people to believe you, stop playing at being perpetually fragile. If you want Landon to look like an equal, treat him like one. And if you want your audience to trust you, stop relying on theatrics, attention ploys, and strategic suffering every time accountability appears. Because right now, the only thing your viewers see is a pattern so transparent that even your most devoted sunbeams can't cover it with compliments. I can only wonder what Landon's friends think of you. Damn, you really think he wants to live in your pink palace? You've turned that home into a Morgan shrine. And no, you are not Sloth from the Goonies, you're the horrible mother in Goonies.
I won't sing anymore, all right? Hey, you guys! Remember? Mama!
Come to mama, baby. Come on.
Mom, you've been bad.
Sloppy. I may have been bad. I may have kept you chained in that room. But it was for your good. Don't you remember when I used to sing to you? When you were little, right? Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will bar. When the bob breaks, the cradle will fall.
Break! Fall!
I only dropped you once. Well, maybe twice. Put me down! Put me down!